Hi, it's me, and I'm kinda losing faith. Today we'll be diving into a subreddit called r/EntitledParents, and today we have a special pet edition with an unexpected surprise in the end. Enjoy! The first story is a short one, because the second story is a longer one, and it's called "You Said You Can't Touch Your Dog." This happened a few months ago. I went out to eat with my mobility service dog. She had her huge leather bracing harness on. This mother proceeds to scream, pet the doggy," to her 10 and 12-year-olds. I respond with, "Please don't talk to my dog." The father then gets in my face, screams at me, questioning why his daughters can't pet my dog. He films me, calling me crazy because everyone should be able to pet whatever dog they want. I explained I had a heart condition and it wasn't safe for other people to pet my dog. Guy didn't care. He threatened to call the cops on me for not letting him pet my dog. Cringe. Well, this is 100% USA post, isn't it? Because I don't see that happening here in Europe. Asking doesn't hurt. Hi there, I live on a small island up the Arctic, so it's super normal for us to have huskies, and I'm no exception. Scott's a 42-kilogram heavy Greenland dog, so you can imagine he's no small puppy. But I love every little gram of him, since he's my best friend and trusted hiking companion. Not to mention the best polar bear guard I could ever have wished for. Anyway, I'm getting off the track here. In the summer, we have a lot of cruise ships and cruise ship tourists in town that sadly don't get that the city I live in isn't some kind of Disneyland. I've had everything from people walking into my private flat to check out how we live. It's a normal Scandinavian house, by the way. To people touching me on the street or just pulling me aside to take a selfie. Tourists, what can you say? But one day, a mom took the cherry off the cake when I was just coming home from work. I had had an 8-hour hike that day and had just returned the car to the company I worked for and was walking with Scott back to my house when a woman stopped me to take a picture of me, the dog, and my gun. Guns are mandatory on hikes because of the polar bears. So I stopped, gave her a tired smile, and wanted to walk off again when she was done. But as soon as I started moving, she pushed her son, who was about 5 years old, towards me to take a picture with him too. The boy was clearly scared of Scott. Again, he is one big dog, and didn't want to come any closer. So I held on to Scott's collar and asked him to stretch out his hand so my dog could sniff it. Most of the times I had to deal with scared kids, it helped to show them that his snout is super soft. But his mom kept pushing him and he clearly didn't want to. So I offered the mom that she could just hold on to the boy and we take a picture together, mostly to comfort the child and to be on my way as soon as possible. She stared at me when I suggested that we could ask a bystander to take the picture, in a way that one could think I just suggested feeding her son to Scott for dinner. I told her that the boy was clearly too scared of the big dog and that I was on my way home, so since she couldn't take a picture, I would be leaving. She started yelling at the boy for being such a sissy. Again, the little guy could not have been older than 5 or maybe 6 years old. But I ignored that, given it's not my child. So when I was home, I put Scott at his doghouse. We have to keep our dogs on chain at all times. Don't judge, it's for their and our safety. And went inside to make some food, since I was hungry after the long hike. So when I looked out the kitchen window, I was shocked to see the mother, a guy who I assume was the dad, and the little boy standing next to Scott's doghouse. Scott had gone inside, I assume to have a nap, and they tried to pull him out by the chain. So I ran outside to confront them what they think they are doing. The mom acted like this was perfectly normal since she knew me and my dog, and the dad kept pulling the chain to get Scott to move. I told him to drop it and he just stood there holding the chain. So I asked them if they think it's okay, given they don't know me, they don't know my dog, they don't know if he might bite when being pulled out by a chain, and that this in general was not acceptable. I told both of them to get out of my garden instantly, and she then acted again like I suggested to eat her son, cursing me in German, which I speak by the way, and calling me all sorts of nasty names. My English is with a mixture of a Scandinavian and British accent, since I've lived in Scotland for a few years. So I guess she couldn't tell, or she didn't care. Whatever. Then she demanded that I get my stupid dog out of this ugly doghouse and have her take a picture, where I told her it would cost her 50 Norwegian krones, which is about $5, if she wanted me to do that. That was when she lost it, told the dad to take the son away since she needed to talk to this stupid bitch, and the little boy shouldn't hear mommy say nasty words. Kudos to her, that she at least didn't want the boy to see mommy turn crazy. So when dad and son had moved a few meters away, she grabbed the chain and gripped on it so hard that she basically ripped Scott out of his house. You know what they say, that you shouldn't wake a sleeping dog? Well, he wasn't happy and started barking at her, teeth visible and fur all puffy in the neck. That made him look even bigger than he originally is, and she jumped back, telling me that she'd call the police because my dog attacked her. I just rolled my eyes, grabbed Scott at the collar, and walked inside again. I could see her through the window, staring at me for a few minutes and then walking away, whilst having an argument with her husband, maybe? Whoever that man is. In case you're wondering, we are a small community, so everyone knows everyone, and I didn't have to worry about her calling the police, since they know Scott pretty well. He used to have a habit of going on adventures by himself, so he got picked up by the police a lot. So they know he's a super sweet dog that doesn't attack anyone unless provoked, behind limits, and even then would probably just bark, not bite. Plus, she didn't have a scratch on her body. And trust me, if he'd bite or even just push her, she'd have more than a tiny scratch. Now is the time for the surprise or bonus or something unexpected that I promised in the beginning of the video. So this is Scott, and just look at him. 15 out of 10 for a dog. Just look at him. I have not seen something so adorable in many weeks. Alright guys, that was today's episode, and I am kinda losing faith. If you wanna see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. Bye!